That's right, everybody. We're back. I know you didn't think it was going to happen. I know you all believe that Ryan had left me high and dry, or that I got too big for my britches and decided to go solo and didn't do it, and we just flamed out like the Beatles if it was two people. But if all of you thought that, would be completely wrong.
Yeah. It was only like 25% of all of those.
Yes.
So
we did break up. We did both start solo careers, and we both decided that it was a disaster.
Yes.
And we're
my
back
show
together.
was basically my show was me just like staring at the camera because I couldn't think of stuff to say. And Brian,
my show was just me talking a lot, going, "Hey, Ryan," and then realizing he wasn't there, and then slowly crying. Sadly.
He had 6-hour-long solo shows.
You know what I realized when I did my first 17-hour solo show is that it's really hard to make fun of somebody when you only have yourself on the show.
Yes. Well, I'm glad we came to our senses, Brian.
Anyway, yes, we are back. So welcome, everybody, to episode
132
of the Geek Dad Report, the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created, and to bring you guys a little bit of happiness in your lives and hopefully a little bit of nerd and geek news to make sure that, Bob, we didn't forget about Bob, dickhead Bob at the cooler, knows that you're the cool guy and you know everything that's happening. This week, last week, and possibly even next week. But, I'm Brian West, the hostess with the absolute fucking mostest.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, the other guy.
The other guy. You know what, Ryan? No higher compliment can be given than the other guy. That was a good movie, by the way. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's what I can do. So.
Anyway, what the hell is up, man? You know what? The people want to know what we've been up to. It's been like... We did record a show a couple weeks ago that is lovingly being known as the Drunk Show.
I got insanely drunk.
I don't think we can call it the Drunk Show. We've got to call it something else. It's not the Lost Show because I actually have that tape. And all we really need is about a 2-minute ending, and it's a complete show.
Oh, yeah, because I was in Huntsville, Alabama, and of course they had the shittiest fucking data connection.
Oh, my God. Of course, Alabama. That was probably their best internet connection, too, by the way.
It was probably like a dial-up modem that they were like putting on the Wi-Fi or something. But, man, that sucked ass.
He's one of them Yankees. Give him the dial-up.
Yeah.
And I've insulted anybody from Alabama.
But we tried. But
you fuckers almost elected a child molester to your Senate. You get no sympathy from me. You don't get a handshake, a high five, a pat on the butt for almost electing a child pedophile. You almost did it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yes, our internet connection was so bad. It was not because Ryan was really drunk. That shit was actually kind of funny. I've showed a few people clips of that, and they actually find it hilarious, but they feel like it shouldn't be aired. So
I was at the right point of drunk where I wasn't like sloppy, but I would just like I was more on the cue.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day I've got it. I think we have one of our listener questions a little bit about it, so maybe we'll talk a little more about it later. But I don't know. If we get enough people who ask for it, I may put together a cut and release it into the wild. But with the disclaimer that we know this is shit quality.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the video. I mean, it's just... I don't even know. Oh, yeah,
I was going to send it to you. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
No. I mean, I have an idea I was there, but...
I may just replace your head with like a dancing bobblehead or something.
And there was like 10 minutes where my screen was frozen and I couldn't see you moving. But I could hear you just fine.
If we ever do release it, it's going to be with the disclaimer, people. We know this is garbage quality, but you asked for it and here it is. So I don't know. We might do something like that. We'll see. But that being said. We're back, and we're back at it. A lot's changed since the last time I saw Ryan. Ryan is officially back home in Philadelphia in the warm embrace of his wife and family.
I don't know if it's a warm embrace. It's an embrace.
A cold death embrace. The choke of death from the wife.
Yeah.
While the kids will steal your wallet.
I was gone for 3 months, and I had to remember how to be a dad and a father again.
Uh-oh.
And
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, so it's nice to be back. So
that's cool.
But nothing's happened in your life, I know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
wife is trying to make me grow out the beard. I don't know if you guys can see this thing. Look at this. Got a little scruffy.
nice.
Yeah. I got a new
I think I'm
tattoo.
starting. I think I'm actually going through puberty because like I'm starting to get some hairs out here on my
Nice.
cheeks,
So
and I shaved yesterday. Look,
I don't know if
it's not
anybody's had this
growing.
conversation with you, but you're gonna start getting hair in strange places, and by strange
Okay.
places I mean your balls.
Oh, well, maybe I should stop shaving them then.
And when
Uh,
you watch shows like Baywatch, you could start getting a strange sensation, some weird urges. Not so
Wait,
much here, but kind of down here. You could
do they
feel
still
things.
they still play episodes of Baywatch?
I don't know. I'm sure they do on YouTube. But I'm just saying, if you do see one of
Oh,
those episodes of Baywatch or watch the new
is it one
Suicide
of those
Squad
things
cartoon movie, you may
do it?
feel a tingling in your nether pants
Is it one
area.
of those shows that I need to watch on the private window
Yes.
settings?
And
Okay.
when things start happening, it's okay, it's natural.
Okay.
So just don't be scared, but also don't just run around with that thing out in the open. You'll be thrown in jail and arrested and probably beaten severely. So
And that's just my wife.
that's just by your wife. Forget what the
Yeah.
cops are going to do to you. Who knows what's and
Well, thankfully I have that white privilege, so nothing's gonna happen to me.
yeah, who
So
knows? Go to jail.
fucking white privilege. God damn it. I
That
don't
doesn't
want.
extend to
Let's not
naked
go
people
down
running
that.
around. If
But
you're wangers hanging out, you might get a baton right
yeah,
upside the head.
which head?
Either one is going to be a bad night, Ryan. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? I don't even know what we're
I
talking
don't
about.
know.
Oh, I got a new tattoo though. Look at that. That's what happened. Look at that
Oh
thing.
yeah, you got a tattoo. That's what I was trying to lead up to.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
So right here on the arm. Anybody missed my old tattoo? This is my old one. Ugh, guns.
yeah, you're the Superman.
So anybody doesn't think I'm a real nerd and I just do this show for street cred? Well, you're a fucking liar and you were wrong. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
so
X-wings, TIE
for
fighters.
our
Can you see that?
audio audience, Lincoln's got or Brian's got 3 TIE fighters,
These are my daughters and my
and
wife.
then he's got him represents the X-wing.
I'm the
and then
X-wing.
he's
I'm the
got
lone wolf.
the Jedi Rebel signal
Yep.
with a shadow of
The
Han Solo in it,
Phoenix.
and it says "I know."
This is Han Solo, for those of you who can't tell, inside the Phoenix. And my wife, because our love is strong in the Force, she has the matching tattoo. She also has the Rebel insignia here, but she's got a little purple instead of blue, and well, blue on the bottom. And she's got Princess Leia saying, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed.
Everyone should go, oh.
That you didn't get any of the Empire, but
I'm not. Well, someone was quick to point out in my family that I made the women in my family the evil empire.
yeah, that's true.
And I'm the resistance. Stay strong, my brothers.
Yes, but you are the only male in your household, so
yes,
you are.
So I am the resistance.
The resistance. So.
I'm the. You know what? If anybody's seen The Last Jedi, I pretty much do represent the the resistance. At the end of that movie, there's literally one person left. So, spoiler alert. In fact, spoilers. We may spoil some stuff in Avengers in this show because Ryan hasn't seen it yet. So you've been warned if I blurt it out. But it's been, to be fair, it's been 2 weeks. And it's made $19 billion. So anybody who hasn't seen it yet, that's on you.
They're way over $1 billion by now.
Yeah, they were the fastest to $1 billion. The fastest to $1 billion. The Avengers made $1 billion in 10 days. 10.
Well, so Black Panther made so much money from Marvel that their quarterly earnings compared to the previous year was up 25%.
That movie made a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's a great movie. And Ryan, you still have yet to see it, so you hopefully will see it soon, and you'll know how great it is.
Yeah. Well, I'll rent it on the Redbox.
Spoiler alert: there's a big fight in Wakanda.
Oh, you're an asshole.
I am. I am the biggest asshole.
God. But we do have other stuff to talk about.
I'm gonna give you a spoiler. You want an Avenger spoiler?
I don't want.
You do.
I've seen.
Ask me one Avenger spoiler right now, Ryan.
What is that, Brian?
No, you asked me one. I'm gonna let
Oh,
you
I
dictate
asked
what's
you?
spoiled for
Okay.
you. You asked me throughout the show, everybody. I'm gonna make Ryan ask me spoilers for the Avengers. This is his punishment. This is his 12 lashes for not seeing the movie and doing a geek podcast. I will not spoil it all because I'm not a raging dickhole, but I will spoil at least a few things.
It is my punishment, and I do think it is due just because of the scope of the movie. Let's see. I don't want to go too big too soon.
That's what she
So
said.
I'm going to say,
Pow.
Does one of the Avengers from Phase 1 die?
No.
None of the Phase 1 Avengers die?
No Phase 1 Avenger dies in this movie.
Now I'm confused.
Well, there's one we don't know about yet because that person's not in this movie.
Is it Coulson? Does Coulson come back and then he just dies again?
Well, no. Since you asked, Coulson is not in this movie. There may be other people from Avengers in this, but Coulson's not in this one yet. So, all right, more Avengers spoilerific news as the show progresses. But right now, I don't know. We could move on to news unless you have anything else. I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah.
Real quick show note though, everybody, is this should be the last real break we have. I know we got Memorial Day and a few holidays coming up, so we might miss a week here and there. But me and Ryan are going to try and rededicate ourselves. We actually kind of miss doing this. It's been way too long since we've gotten back in the saddle. So hopefully this will be the first show of many to come your guys' way. Our little break here should be over.
We're gonna hop on that mechanical horse. Brian's gonna ride a Wampa.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ride it like I stole it. Woo! Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, just a little show thing for you guys. I know we promised a whole new show, and we're still working on some fun things, but I'll be honest, we're not getting paid for this shit, and we just do it because we love you guys. So and we both have crazy lives full of children and things.
Let's just be honest, Brian. We do it so that you and I can talk once a week.
Shut up, dude. Don't tell people that. They're going to feel less important.
Our wives could just not roll their eyes.
We do this for the people.
Yes, and the people.
And we get a friesional. That's like a new word. We get occasionally free like stuff to review. So that's also kind of nice.
Which we're going to talk about after the show.
Yeah, and then people think we know what we're talking about. I get like texts and stuff like, "Hey, what's going on in this?" And I'm like, I'm going to pretend like I know something. This is what I've heard. I didn't hear it. I read it on some other website. But you know what? Nobody else needs to know that. We're not recording, are we?
Everybody's like, what's going on in Westworld? Your last name is West. You're supposed to know everything.
I invented Westworld. I wrote it. My pseudonym, and I go by a pseudonym of Michael Crichton.
That's a very interesting thing.
All right. You know what? Moving on. All right, everybody. Yeah, news time. We're trying to dedicate these shows to being a little more streamlined. That was we actually sent out a lot of feelers to people on what you guys love about the show, what you didn't love about the show. So we're going to keep all of our segments, but we're going to try and actually break them down into their own individual shows. So a lot of things that you guys like Crap or Craptastic, a lot of our reviews, all those kind of things we're going to do. We're just going to do them as their own shows. We may even do we may start doing 20-minute shows where we talk about one specific topic. So something big happens. For instance, years ago when they announced Ben Affleck as Batman, that might have been its own 20-minute show where we just did nothing but talk about that. So
or I'm sure when Game of Thrones comes back, we're going to do the episode breakdown for all 3 episodes.
We will try and maybe get back a little bit to doing the TV shows, some of the big finales and some of the openings. I know you guys have asked about that.
Dude, I've given up on a lot of TV shows. I'll be honest.
We could have our own segment about the shows we've given up on, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll talk some about that. And if you guys have any shows you want us to talk about, let us know. We're going to try and maybe get a few more guests on too, people who love this stuff we love, and just, try and expand our audience a little bit. So those are kind of the things we're going to be doing in the near future. Well, now going forward. This show, though, will be mostly about me and Ryan and how cool we are. Yeah. We may talk a little bit about some nerd news, occasionally answer some questions, and maybe even throw in a recommendation or two. But mostly it's going to be us congratulating
doing what we do.
each other on how great and awesome we both are.
Yeah. Well, and the big difference is I'm now recording from a MacBook Pro.
Yes! And on FaceTime. And can we both say, fuck you, Windows. Fuck you, Skype. 20 minutes tonight, we tried to get Skype to work. And then Epiphany, this little light bulb, very little light bulb, went off the top of my head. And I said, holy shit, Ryan has a MacBook now. And so now we were recording on FaceTime.
Yes. And
so if there's any technical difficulties, it's fucking FaceTime's fault.
And it's going to work.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's great. Wow. I'm very excited. Martin, I'm feeling good about this, Ryan. We've exorcised the demons. They're out.
We've purged all of our extra stuff.
That being said, Bill Gates and Windows, if you guys would like to sponsor our show, we'd be more than happy to promote you and your excellent products. I do like my Xbox One. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we played Minecraft for like 2 hours tonight.
I'm waiting for a good new Halo game. I'm waiting for that to happen.
I want to get the new Conan Exiles game. Have you seen
Is that the one we talked about where it shows his wiener?
Yeah, they took that out.
Oh, well then I'm definitely out.
You can't change his penis size.
Well, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. I was looking forward to making a Conan.
You have really put a damper on this show tonight now. I may be inconsolable now for the rest of the evening.
I'm sorry that penis enlargement is
that was the title of one of our shows.
I think it was the title.
Conan's penis enlargement. That was literally one of the titles of our show.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll be talking about happy things. We're back, and tonight on Ninja News, uppercut, we are going to be talking a lot about things that are making a comeback. The first one that's making a comeback, you know what? We're no longer going to bury the leads anymore. We're talking about the best things first, because what we usually do is talk about the bullshit, and then by the end, we don't have enough time for the good stuff, so fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what's coming back, Ryan? Why I wore this shirt. Can you read my shirt? What does my shirt say, Ryan?
The excellent
It says,
adventure.
be excellent to each other. You know why I wore this shirt, Ryan?
Because you are a fan of Bill and Ted.
I am a fan of Bill and Ted, but I wore it specifically tonight because yesterday it was announced that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Part 3 is officially a go. That is right. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters are coming back for one more this many excellent rides. One more excellent adventure. It's tentatively titled Bill and Ted Fight Old Age or so. Oh, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yeah, Face the Music.
They have not had a release time yet. They're shopping around right now, trying to find a distribution partner. But it's happening. The premise of this movie, Ryan, since you asked me.
Yes. Brian, what is the premise of this movie?
Funny you should ask me, Ryan. So apparently Bill and Ted have still yet to learn to play their instruments properly and write the song that will unite mankind and bring about, you know, the utopian society that was foretold in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And they receive a visit from a visitor. I hope it's Rufus, just digitally recreated.
If it was a CGI Lucas, I would fucking lose my mind.
Give me a CGI George Carlin But anyway, he showed up to let them know that if they don't write their song soon, all of space and time has already started to unravel, and we will all cease to exist. Yeah. So they go on one more excellent ride through time to find inspiration for their song.
They have two guests with them.
Who?
Their daughters.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
Yeah, their daughters they each have a daughter that's going with them.
Oh my god! Well, isn't it because they married the hot French babes?
Yeah. Wait, so they were like 18 and 19. Was it 89 when it came out?
Yes, it was 89 when it came out.
So they were 18 then. So they're like in their mid 40s.
You know what? I researched what an Oedipus complex was because of that movie.
I researched how you say Socrates the right way.
Socrates? No way, dude.
Socrates.
I still to this day call it Socrates. He is one righteous dude. Dude, I love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It is such an 80s, late 80s movie, but I don't give a shit. It is amazing.
I remember being 9 or 10 years old when I saw it for the first time. And I watched
I was
I
11.
I I VHS the shit out of that movie.
Such a good movie. You know what's funny about that movie is it actually, for a lot of us, like I said, I was 11. That was really some of our first real dive into some of those historical characters because we haven't really, well, not characters, but historical figures.
Yeah,
Because, in school, I mean, what is that, 11? I don't even know what grade that is. But fourth grade, fifth
fourth,
grade?
fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I think fifth grade. You're only kind of starting to scratch the surface of history you're not really talking about Genghis Khan yet, right? So I thought
Yeah.
Genghis Khan was this cool dude. No, spoiler alert, Genghis Khan was a dick.
Yeah,
Not a cool dude.
Genghis Khan basically misplaced around 30% of the world's population
If
during
Genghis
his time.
Khan made murder and rape a sport like the NFL, he was like the Patriots. He was just murder and raping across the known world.
Yeah, but he did modernize a lot of stuff. So
there was like a crazy stat that was like 20% of the world population was a descendant of Genghis Khan. Think about that.
yeah, if you go to the capital Mongolia, Khartoum, they're almost half of the people that live there can trace themselves as a descendant, or I think it's even more than half.
Rape and murder.
Like 60% of the people that live in the capital, Mongolia, have Genghis Khan.
And then, I found out Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. Abraham Lincoln, well, we all knew he was shot in the head. I mean, you go back and watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure again, you're like,
I don't remember much from the second
killed
one.
By his own people.
Yeah, I don't remember the bogus journey very much, but
well, they went to hell, and then Death became a member of the band.
Yeah,
it wasn't. You know what? It wasn't as good, but it's not nearly as bad of a movie as people remember. It's just the first one was so beloved. The second one just didn't hold water. But I'm very excited about the third one. Is it going to be great?
It's got the original writers,
but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the original writers are back for it. And they're the ones that are kind of doing a lot of the big shopping around the Cannes Film Festival where they're at right now. So,
yep. Let's see. Moving on. Another movie that I'm excited for is Sherlock Holmes 3 has officially been announced for Christmas of 2020. So we got a little ways away from it, but a lot of speculation was whether Jude Law and Bobby Downs Jr. was going to come back for another one, and they are. They didn't necessarily need to. I thought the second one kind of tied everything up in case they didn't want to move forward, but I'm excited for it.
I remember the first one, kind of. I don't know. I gotta rewatch that movie.
You know, watch it. It's got Moriarty in it.
It feels like it's been like 20 years since that movie came out.
Yeah, it has been a while since it has. Let's see here. We got, what else? Also coming back, a little movie. Has a theme song. Goes a little like this, Ryan. Are you ready?
No.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Brian Ryan come for you? Bad boys. You weren't gonna sing with me? I thought we practiced this.
It's Cops, the movie.
I was supposed to come in real strong, and you were gonna come in with like the soprano at the end.
Oh. What you gonna do?
You really gotta spice it up. There you go. Whatever. Right. The moment's been ruined. Anyway, Bad Boys Forever has officially been greenlit. It was gonna be greenlit, and then it wasn't greenlit, and then it was gonna be greenlit, and then it wasn't greenlit. But officially, as of right now, it has been in fact been greenlit.
It's because Martin Lawrence's career is doing so well right now that he's just having a hard time trying to find, being able to record, do the movie. So. As long as Will Smith makes Shine 2, then I'm okay.
I believe it's Bright 2, but we will accept Shine. Oh, Ryan, I've missed you.
It was the same kind of.
You know what? You know what else I've missed, Ryan? I've missed you, and I've missed Rambo. But luckily for us, Rambo's coming back for Rambo Part 5. He's fighting prostate cancer. That's the big enemy in this one.
He's fighting. Well, he can't fight Russians anymore
because and he's doing it by taking a case.
He can't fight North Koreans.
A case of Viagra, and no. The enemy in this movie is going to be the drug cartels because someone needed to save the tourists and vacation spots from the drug.
I think that's like the last Is that where we are on bad guys now? We can only go after drug cartels.
Well, you never know when one bad guy. Well, you know what? Look at Rambo 3. Literally fighting with the terrorists. He's helping the terrorists because we all hated Russia until we found out the Al Qaeda wanted to blow up buildings. And now Rambo 3 has been stricken from the archives, and we've forgotten about that. So now he's going to go fight cartel drug lords. I don't know. Whatever.
And he's going to star in it, right?
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go see it. Why not?
It's fucking Rambo.
It's Rambo. First Blood Part 17.
Yeah.
And then what else we got here? My internet's going slow tonight. I had something ready. I have nothing ready now. Ryan, stall! What are you doing? Uh-oh. We've lost one. Ryan?
I have a dog.
Oh, my God.
And I had both my earbuds in.
Is he alive? Is he killing something?
Know. I couldn't tell if he was fucking trying to jump up on something.
Is he murdering something? I'm going to look on my... You know, my computer's being slow. I'm going to look on my Mac. I'm going to look on my Facebook page. Let's see what else we got to talk about here.
There's nothing going on.
Nothing?
They
just released the Death of Superman trailer.
You can do this without me for 30 seconds as
I can do
make
this.
sure my dog's not eating my fucking floor.
All right. You do that. All right. Also making a comeback, we got the first new trailer for Predator. Just dropped this week. You know, I'm waiting for Ryan because I'm sure there's some Arnold quotes or something he wants to say. Let's see. Iron Man suit was stolen. Did you see? If you stole it, turn yourself in immediately. If you didn't steal it and you know where it is, you can send it to me. I'll keep it in my house. Deadpool's coming out. Looks great. Whatever. A lot of cool promotional stuff. Some posters. They're definitely crushing the poster game. Lethal Weapon, the TV show, is going to have to recast Riggs. Apparently, Riggs has been fired from that show. Glenn Crawford due to bad behavior on set. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it's all bullshit. He came out and said that if he got fired, it's news to him. Oh, thank God you're back. I was not prepared for that.
I agree with everything that you're saying.
Yes, that's the best way to. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, it's what your wife told me to say.
Good. All right, last couple of things we got. I don't know. You got anything?
Do I have anything?
Yeah, I'm looking at.
The Expanse came back and it's fucking awesome.
Oh my God, The Expanse is so good. What's today? Today's the 10th, so
I think it's
the 3rd.
Tonight, isn't it?
All right, I'm trying to look at news stories. I don't want to do anything too old. Swamp Thing is going to be headlining. You know what? I don't even care about any of this news. This is all stupid news. The Venom trailer. Let's talk about that Venom trailer.
You mean big pile of shit trailer?
Yeah, it looks bad. You know what looks great?
Even though they showed Venom, I still don't care.
You know what looks great?
What?
Han Solo. That movie's starting to actually grow on me. I think it's going to be really good. I
can't wait to see it when it comes out on Redbox.
Dude, you're the worst. People are getting, other than Ryan, other than you, people are getting excited. It's already doubled the Black Panther's ticket pre-sales, and Black Panther would set the record for a solo movie. Avengers shattered that, but they're estimating anywhere from $160 to $100 million opening weekend for Solo.
And that's just American, or that's just on.
Yeah, that's just us. That's not the worldwide. Speaking of worldwide, did you know that the Avengers has not opened in China yet, and it's already at $1.5 billion?
Is it? I thought
it opens in China this weekend. It's the most pre-sold ticket in China in history of China. God. It is gonna. They're saying it could open at $200 to $300 million in China this weekend.
Dude, Disney just rubbing money on their nipples right now. That's all they're doing.
Ooh, talk more about this nipple rubbing, Ryan.
Well, you take $100 bill.
Ooh, yeah. Make it say. Talk slower.
You fold it in half.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
So it's a little more thick.
Ooh,
you know
how thick?
Yes. About a half folded $100 bill thick.
Speaking of thick nipples and rubbing money on themselves, Luke Cage has a trailer for season 2, and it actually looks really good. His villain is named the Bushwhacker. Bet he's from Wakanda, which Ryan knows nothing about. because he has not seen Black Panther yet. Ooh! And because we said Black Panther, it is time for Ryan to ask me a spoiler. The second spoiler
Black Panther
of Avengers.
Avengers spoiler.
Avengers spoiler number 2 for the night, Ryan. What is it? What do you want to know?
I don't want to know.
You did this to yourself, Ryan.
Okay. So I asked you about the Phase 1.
Yep.
Already.
Which you immediately regretted. I could see it in your face.
Does Thanos lose the Infinity Gauntlet?
No. He does not.
I was trying to think of what I know from the comic adaptation.
I'm going to give you my own spoiler. Take everything you know in the comic book and throw it away.
So I'll think of something better then.
There's a few scenes, like there's some cool throwbacks. Like there's a character that he turns to spaghetti noodles like he does in the comic.
Oh.
And there's one character that he turns into like a cube. He cubes this character out.
Wait, so he's just polymorphing people?
Oh yeah, big time.
So Gamora doesn't end up taking the Infinity Gauntlet from him?
No one takes the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos, Ryan.
Okay.
All right. We're leading up to the big spoilers. I can see Ryan thinking things through now. All right. Last couple of things we got in news before we move on to you guys' questions, because we want to try, and you guys gave us a bunch of questions on the Drunk Unaired show and the Alabama show. That's what we should call it. The Alabama show. And some of the questions were really good, and if we have time, we try and get to some of them, but so we'll try and get to that in a second here. Last couple stories real fast. Rocksteady, the creators behind the Arkham Asylum games for Batman, apparently are rumored to be, they're going to soon be dropping all the info. They are going to be releasing a Superman wide open game. It's going to be set...
It's going to be Superman just shooting laser eyes at everything.
Yeah, rumor is it's going to be set into the same universe as the Arkham Knight series, the Batman Arkham series. I don't know. I don't need to know anything. If it's done by them, just take my money. You will lose me. I will be playing 900 hours in that game, and that will be the end of my existence.
And also on video game news, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah, the sequel?
Yeah, they're going to do Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out soon.
Let's see. Last couple things. Fox is trying to, or Universal Studio, Comcast, who owns Universal, once again trying to buy Fox away from Disney, but apparently that's not gonna happen. So any of you who are worried about that,
all cash deal, like $128 a share.
It sounds like there's a big, without getting too much into it, there's a Sky Broadcasting that does like European and England stuff. Mm-hmm. Apparently that's really what Comcast wants. So it sounds like they're all working out a deal that Disney gets all of Fox's properties, but Universal Comcast will get the Sky Network and a few other things. So I don't know. But any of you who were worried like I was that we may not get our X-Men reunited, it sounds like it's too far down the pipeline. Fox is not going to pull out of this deal,
and it might be that if Fox pulls out now and accepts an all-cash deal, they're going to owe Disney shit tons of money.
Yeah, there's probably some bailout clause in there that you have to pay some penalties. So if we hear anything concrete, we'll obviously let you guys know. Rick and Morty, a show that I promised people, I've made obligations that I'm going to start watching this, has received a 70 episode order. So anybody who doesn't know much about Rick and Morty, it's 10 episode seasons, and every season nobody knows whether it's going to be brought back, when it's going to be brought back, if it's been renewed. I think season 3 surprised everybody and just aired in the middle of something else. But do not worry, 70 episodes, 7 more seasons have already been ordered of this show. So it is going to be around for a long time.
3 episodes. I kind of guess I get it. I've watched like 3 episodes, but maybe I got to keep watching it.
I got to watch the show. I promise people I will. So I will. And when I do, I'll let you guys know what I think. Obi-Wan Kenobi movie apparently is the rumored next movie that is going to go into production for Star Wars, obviously after Episode 9.
I
So
hope
we're gonna
there's
get
some.
Solo episode 9, and then it sounds like the Obi-Wan Solo movie is going to happen.
I hope there's a lot of stormtroopers because if there's no stormtroopers,
It
then
has all been super hush hush. Take this with a grain of sand. This or a grain of salt. This is a grain of sand, Tatooine. This is super rumor, but a lot of people who know a lot of things are saying this is going to happen. The rumored production, the name that this is going to be under right now is the Joshua Tree. And anyway, we'll see. We'll see what that means.
Joshua Tree,
The
like
Joshua Tree.
U2, like it's a U2 album.
Yeah, the whole soundtrack is With or Without You. Like with him looking at a picture of Anakin. I can't live with or without you. And why you were the chosen one. I had the high ground.
Oh, that was good. That was really good.
All right. And finally, I
that.
mentioned briefly about whatever you were doing for your 2 minutes.
Your screen's been frozen for like 2 minutes, by the way.
My screen has been?
Yeah.
You sure?
At least on my end.
Can you see me?
I see your frozen face.
Whatever. Let me see if I can unfreeze myself.
Unfreeze?
I can't. That's microphone. I can take a picture of your face. Whatever. You know what? Sorry, everybody. If I'm frozen.
We'll see how it goes.
If I'm like Elsa, we'll see how it goes.
No.
I will let it go. New technology.
That's what she said.
Skype was being dickholes, so we went with FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. What was it? Oh, while you moved away and ran away, I briefly started talking about the new Predator trailer, and I thought you might like to discuss it since we love Predator.
I like the first one, where it's just like all like the juiced up.
The super macho testosterone wrestlers shooting at a.
Being like 11 years old and be like, man, this movie's fucking rad.
All right, well, yeah. Well, if you've seen the trailer, that doesn't really give away much of the story, other than the guy who wrote the first Predator and directed Iron Man 3, is behind this one. We know nothing about the movie. The Predator looks good. It all looks good.
Yeah, the Predator looked all right. I mean, I got no complaints there. Just,
let's be honest.
It's a teaser. It's a teaser trailer, though. So
since
they're
the
not
first Predator, they've all been going downhill. So there's, the bar is not real high on this franchise, unfortunately. So I predict this is going to be a good movie.
It might be a craptastic gem.
It could be, but I'm going to definitely go see it in the theater.
I am not.
All right, whatever. Moving on. Questions from the Faithful 50. What do we got? Do we got anything? Anything good?
We got from this week.
Yes.
Our first question is those are text messages from Chris. That is not.
Should we do like we need some theme music. We need people talented with music. We need some like music that I can play on my phone that goes to like, you have mail.
We need like
mail,
a 10-second, a 5 to 10 second audio thing.
We need like a 3-second audio. 10 seconds. What are you?
That's a long time.
What are you single? Jeez.
All right, so we have Phil. It's his first question.
Fill up.
And he has 7 turkeys.
Wow.
That are 12 weeks old.
Oh man.
They're 15 pounds each. Does he weigh them like all the time? Like they're all weighed the exact same. But anyways, he says he wants to know, should he grow them for 7 months and butcher them at 40 pounds? Or should he butcher them at 4.5 months at 30 pounds? I didn't know Phil's like the real deal, like animal, like grower.
Yeah, be careful what you say about Phil, man, because he's talking about killing stuff, and last time he was talking about digging a lake. Phil might show up at your house. Does he have
like solar panels like on his roof? It's like, is he like one of those like completely off the grid guys?
Phil may have like a Predator camouflage suit and start hunting us.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if shit goes down,
good luck. I got a secret weapon. Ryan, he can't hear well, but he has sonar. We'll find you. He's like Daredevil.
He's probably got like a defense weapons that are like shoot you.
If Phil bleeds, if he bleeds, we can kill him.
Yes.
All right, I don't know.
I'm gonna say, turkey. Phil, that you have
was
7 turkeys. Was he
talking about choking his turkey? Is that what he's talking about? What's going on here?
I think Phil wants to know if he should choke some turkeys at 4.5 months for 30 pounds.
All I know is if you grab a turkey, you got to really fondle the gobbler. You got to play with the gobbles, the giblets.
Mm-hmm.
and then you slap the turkey between two pieces of bread with mayonnaise and cheese. That's all I
I
really
think
know about turkeys.
so. You have 7, so I think you should choke out 3 of them at 4.5 months at 30 pounds, and then at 7 months, choke out the last
Well,
4.
I feel that 40 is more than 30. So, I mean, it really depends on your family's level of starvation. So, like, if they're
Yeah.
well fed and nobody's dying, well, then let the turkeys
Yeah.
live a little bit longer and get to. Because I mean, what's the next few months, right?
Yeah.
Whoopity
And
doo.
are you gonna smoke the turkey? Like, how are you gonna
You mean
cure
like
it? That's
smoke with
what
like a 45, or you mean like on a grill?
like in a smoker. I would like smoked turkey.
I would like
That's
if you're gonna smoke. I thought you meant like you're going like gangster on
uh
the turkey. You're like
like he's
fucking
gonna
smoke this turkey, fool! Pow!
he's he's gonna like put the turkey in a chair and be like, "Hey, you want one last cigarette?" And
He's
he
like,
puts a cigarette
say
in the
what
turkey's mouth,
again? Say what again, motherfucker? I dare you. I
lights
double dog dare you,
lights it.
turkey.
Then he lights a cigarette for the turkey, lets it take a puff, and he gets behind it and
I feel
blows
like
his
if Phil's
brains
gonna
out.
kill these turkeys, he should definitely reenact a scene from Pulp Fiction. Maybe
Yeah,
not the Zed scene. That's probably in the Gimp. That's weird. But you
yeah.
could definitely do like John Travolta on the toilet and Bruce Willis just like da 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 da. Spoiler alert, he dies.
If
That'd be
if
pretty cool.
turkeys had ears, he could be like Reservoir Dogs and
What
like
it?
cut off the turkey's
Oh
ear.
man, what if he dressed his turkey in a sweet suit?
We could just cut off the turkey's giblet and then just.
Whoa, don't be weird. All right, but
Okay.
you could put the turkey in a little John Travolta like wig.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty tight. Anyway, I hope we answered your question, Phil.
Yes.
Thanks as
So
always. Oh, and this lake. Didn't he have to dig a lake? What was our answer
he
for his
wanted to
lake? He
put
needed to
like
dig a pond, and he wanted to know if he should dig a lake and feed it with
no, and
trout and
if
add an
he should have
alligator.
if he should, and then he about the turkeys pooping in the pond as a natural.
He wanted his turkeys to poop, but wasn't he afraid like the alligator was going to eat the turkeys prematurely
Yeah.
before they got to 40 pounds?
Yeah.
I
Because he
say,
because he needs to kill the alligators to make clothing.
okay. So what if he
So
built a lake but put a David Hasselhoff scarecrow and a watchtower on the lake?
I don't know.
I feel like that would take care of the turkeys pooping in it.
Yes.
And then just don't put any alligators in there, and I think it'll be fine.
Well, where is he going to get some alligator shoes then? I
That's a
mean,
good point. Okay, so dig 2 lakes. One, we're gonna call it Alligator Lake. We're gonna call it Crocodile Lake because we're really gonna confuse
yeah.
people. And then the other one will be David Hasselhoff Lagoon.
Okay.
There we go. All right, I like that. That's a good answer. All right, there you go, Phil.
Good job, Phil. Just do exactly that, and you will have the most productive post-apocalyptic household you'll ever have.
I'm definitely going to Phil's house if zombies show up, or we
As,
get
as long
nukes.
as long as you don't get killed by the sniper.
It's true.
Let's see. Next up, we have Preston, and he wants to know the reason the drunk episode will never be aired. Oh, he's making a statement on this one.
Oh,
Is because
press tone.
he has insider knowledge
Oh, he
apparently
thinks he does.
that he said during the drunk episode Brian expresses his deep hidden love for President Trump. I was pretty drunk. I don't remember that, but
There
I
was
like
no
do take this.
President Trump love on this show ever.
Yeah.
We've always said we're not going to have this show be politics, so I refuse to take the bait, Preston.
Yes.
But let's just say Donald Trump is a dump in this household.
Yes.
So no, it's not because of Donald Trump and his Cheeto fingers.
And we have another question
Drunk
from Brian.
episode that's called Alabama episode is only because it's so bad and the recording is terrible. I'm constantly freezing, which who knows, maybe that's where this episode is too. But we couldn't even, like, Ryan went Robo Ryan every other word, and it was bad.
Yeah.
But once again, if we get enough people to say, make us put it up, I'll do it.
So we have a next question from David, and he saw our Bad Boy 3's post, and he didn't have time to read it. So you're just gonna listen to the show instead of reading it? That's good. I mean, I appreciate that, David. I think that we answered all the questions about Bad Boys while we
No,
talked.
Bad Boys 3 is not happening. You heard a lie. You
Yeah.
should pay more attention to the Geek Dad Report's Facebook page from now on, David.
And he says Bad Boy 2 is his favorite of all time.
Like,
I think,
movie?
I think he could have some more
I mean, it's a good
better
movie, but
favorite.
all time?
I mean, Coming to America is like 100 times better
Why
than
did
Bad
you
Boys.
immediately throw that one out there, Ryan?
Because I was thinking about the time period when all the movies came out.
Yeah, I bet you were. They came out nowhere near each other. Bad Boys 2 came out in like 2004 or something.
This is because
Coming
I've
to
listened
America
to.
came out in like 88.
Fuck you!
No, I think this is because it has stars black people, Ryan. You need to expand your horizon and not think like that.
Sorry.
Okay?
I'll check my privilege again.
Dude, you're such a dick.
I see. Oh, Greg is just happy that I used The Last Boy Scout for the image.
Last Boy Scout is a great movie. Yeah. It's another good movie.
Dude, that movie was awesome. That was one of the first movies I got when Blockbuster was closing.
Can I just say that I saw that on TV the other day, and that movie does not hold up even a little bit.
I'm assuming it does not hold up.
It is real bad.
So I'll have my memories.
All right, what else we got? From last week, David wanted to know what is love. He did ask that question last time.
Yes, I think we both sang the song.
All I know about love. Actually, Ryan in the Drunk Show went into detail about the love between a man and a woman.
Yes, it's just putting your penis inside.
Yes, Ryan believes that love is putting your penis inside of a woman, and I correctly pointed out that if you don't only love women, then you are incapable of love. Yes. And that's a very narrow-minded way to look at things, Ryan. So you should not only check some privilege, you should check all your privilege at the door. Yes. Everybody's capable of love, Ryan. And then, it's a feeling in your body, and you just know it, all right? All I know about love is just, baby, don't hurt me. No more. Okay?
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Woo! Hurt me. No more. There you go.
Wait, what's the Saturday Night Live? It was like, dude, I haven't seen your face in like 10 minutes. I really hope
for the best. Well, all I know
really
is
hope this is not
like
Alabama
Part 2. On my end. I'm like John Cena. You can't see me.
What other questions we got?
Let's see here. We got a serious one. We'll end it on this one. Well, we got two. Kristen wants to know, should she Google the unanswerable questions? I say you should always Google unanswerable questions. Because we can answer any of them.
You should Google how to get onto the dark web. And
don't do that. That's terrible. You'll find terrible things.
Yes.
Probably some Bitcoin or something.
Google 4chan.
And then I promised Rachel, my friend, who first time on the show asking a question, she had a very serious question that Ryan was not taking very serious last time. So we were going to give you a good answer, Rachel. Well, we're going to give you an answer at least. She wanted to know, and I think it's a fair question. She wants to know, how can we support efforts to make the comic world more inclusive in terms of not only hiring women to write, but also to produce and design comics? And how do we share, as parents of daughters, how do we share our love of the superhero comic world with our daughters when so much of that world is driven by a male-centric industry and publications?
I remember this is one of the points where you said, Ryan, I think you just offended
everyone.
90% of our... everyone.
Because Ryan gave an answer that, while he was being funny, could also be... I wanted to make sure that Rachel, the first time on the show, got a serious answer to a serious question. And Ryan was in no shape to give any of those things.
Yeah. I just remember it being really funny. And I will apologize for how drunk I was.
No, don't apologize. It was fine. But we're going to answer that question now. So I'm going to answer the second part too. How do I share my love of comics with my daughters? Well, it's actually pretty easy, believe it or not. I mean, I will say that right now is a great time as a father. Now, yes, Rachel, there's definitely some truth to what you said. It is a very male-driven industry, always has been. I do think a lot of the big publications are trying to make strides in that direction. But that being said, there are some really good comic books that are centered, are not centered, but created with girls in mind. Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, Batgirl was completely relaunched with more of a a younger female perspective in mind. Captain Marvel by Kelly Sue McCormick is a great female written and female driven comic that's really good. So I think right now is a good time because there is a large diversity of comics to choose from for my daughters. Plus the indie comic realm, there is a ton of independent comics that are written by girls, well, for everybody, but definitely with heroes that the girls can relate to. And even with things like Star Wars, you're getting comic books that have female leads like Rey, like Jen Erso, that I can share with my daughters. And they love Superman and they love Batman and they love those too. But I can always find something with somebody that looks like them and represents them in the comic books that really gets them interested.
And depending on your daughter's ages, there's Superhero Girl High, that's from DC Comics.
Oh yeah.
They've been putting out, you can just get, I think they have like 5 volumes out right now. My daughter's, she's 8, she's got all of them. She loves them. She reads them all the time.
Yeah, and I've read them with my daughters. I mean, they're fun comic books. And they're really cool.
Boom Studios has a really good one called Lumberjanes. It's actually won a lot of awards for like inclusivity and stuff like that. And that's just about, I think it's just about a bunch of girls like at like a kind of like a Boy Scout camp, but they're like in the wilderness, and they're just doing like fun, crazy stuff, and kicking boys' ass. So I mean, and you can get that from Boom Studios. It's probably one of their top sellers right now. So there's definitely and they can read boy comics too. It doesn't have to just be all about
I do
the
think
girl stuff.
the comic books, at least a lot of the newer ones I've read, have become aware of their over sexualization of a lot of their heroes with Wonder Woman and Supergirl and stuff like that. And I do think they've taken steps. Now, I mean, I don't think any of us want I don't think any of us want comic books. I mean, part of the reason why we love reading comics is because it's what we want to be, right? I want to be Superman. I want to have big rippling muscles and save everybody, right? And so it's definitely like comic books are kind of an ideal kind of the fantasy world of what we want and what we represent, right? The trick is to represent everybody, not just what guys want, but also what girls want. I don't think sexualizing some characters is always a bad thing as long as you're getting equal representation and it's not just a male fantasy every time you read it, right? That being said, I do think they're becoming very much aware that, hey, you know what? Finally, they're realizing like, hey, half of our comic book readers are girls, which they always have been. And we should give not everything needs to be for a 16-year-old boy or a 12-year-old boy. It would be nice if we had comic books that 8-year-old girls could read, but also comic books that 22-year-old girls who want a more sexy, female character that they want to read, you can get that as well. So I definitely think they're becoming more aware of that and they're getting better at it. They still have a long ways to go, and definitely on the writer aspect, they definitely need to bring in a lot more female writers. And like I said, there's a lot of really good ones out there. You can find them in the independent comics for Image and Dark Horse, and like you said, Boom Studios. I mean, they're crushing it. So I think the female studio writers and artists are getting their way into the industry. I do think it takes time. As much as we all want our entertainment to be completely diverse and fair, it's also a business, and people who hold the pocketbooks aren't going to just say, we're going to take all these female writers if they've never written something that they know of, or it's not always fair, and it should always be a level ground. But at the same time, it does take time to get the people who write the checks to say, okay, you know what? You are a good writer. You're a good writer. We're not going to discriminate just because you're a female and you haven't written anything I've heard of before. But I do think it's happening, and I think they're making strides in that direction. One of the things that's been really positive too with my daughters is the movies. DC and in particular, Wonder Woman was a great movie. Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad, not so much a great female role model, but Wonder Woman
and Superhero Girl High has movies too.
Yeah, the animated stuff has been around for a while. We've had things like Powerpuff Girls; they've been around and they're coming back.
Oh God, my daughter is obsessed with Powerpuff Girls right now.
Powerpuff Girls.
That's what she had for her birthday
and
party.
honestly,
with all
as much
Girls.
as there's a lot of whiny dudes who keep crying about the females in Star Wars, which it's insane. Star Wars has been huge. Having female leads in a lot of their movies, and not just that, but be good characters has really been great for me and my girls. They love Star Wars.
Just look at Rose. Yeah. I mean, just fucking breakout character in The Last Jedi.
My daughter absolutely loved Rose. Rose wasn't my favorite new character, but she was fine, and my daughters loved her. But Rey, every time I watch one of the originals now, my youngest is like, where's Rey going to show up? We're watching Revenge of the Sith. And she's like, is Rey in this one? Because where's Rey?
Rey's in her midichlorians haven't, produced her yet.
Yeah, they keep saying, you know what? That girl looks like Rey. That's like Padme or Leia. They're like, she looks like Rey. She looks like Rey. I'm like, where's Rey? But and honestly, you get characters like Black Widow, Scarlet Witch. Marvel keeps including more and more females. We're getting Captain Marvel here soon. Ant-Man and the Wasp. They finally recognize, oh wait, the Wasp is just as good of a character as Ant-Man, if not better in some aspects. We're getting all that. So the movies have definitely helped with my girls. It's really stoked their interest in comic books. So, I don't know. I think you're definitely right. One thing I can say is until I actually had daughters, I did not realize how bad it was, right? You don't realize like, oh, my daughter says, I want to read comic books. 5 years ago, she's just started getting into comics, my oldest. And I went to get her a comic and I couldn't find one that was appropriate for her.
Yeah.
Right? It was bad. And so I can honestly say over the last 5 years, it has gotten a lot better.
Yeah. There's the extremes. And for trying to find something that's not for babies, not for like 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then there's, like you said, there's no in between for a while. So
yeah, I mean, it was like, Daddy, I want a comic book. Okay, cool. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure Wonder Woman will be gonna get it. Sex, nudity, sex. I'm like, what is this?
Here's a DuckTales comic. How about that?
Yeah, and honestly, that's what it was. And so I can honestly say, just of me looking through my choices, it has gotten much better. And honestly, me and Ryan, because we do have daughters, have become much more aware of it. So, a lot of it's just awareness and understanding, people realizing like, oh, this is a problem. We need to fix it. But I do think it's getting better, to answer your question. So hopefully that is, hopefully it gives you some clarity on what we're thinking here. But I would love to talk to you. Rachel, next time I talk to you, I would love to talk to you more about it. Or you can comment on the show, leave us comments. We would, if there's something we're missing or not aware of, we are always open to continuing the debate. So, but more importantly, people got to buy comics and they got to watch things with women leads and they got to buy the comics with the women leads. Because if they don't, that is ultimately what people look at when they say, was it successful or not? Not how good it was written or how many young women it reached, but how many issues did it sell? So if you love a female comic, make sure you support that artist and writer by buying it. And that really shows the people who write the checks that this is what we want more of.
Yep. That's the only way it's going to get better. You have to actually put your money where your mouth is.
Like Wonder Woman being a huge movie was a huge deal. And, hopefully Captain Marvel will be another big one. We've got tons of female-led superhero movies down the pipeline because of it. So, anyway. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. And we went a little long tonight. We're going to try and keep these episodes a little bit shorter in the future. But it's our first time back, and we had a bunch of questions. So, there you go. Yeah. All right. Lastly, before we get out of here, we do got a couple of recommendations. Ryan, do you have any recommendations?
Yes. I've been, as I said, I've been watching The Expanse. And
such a good show. So good.
Such a good. It's my favorite show on TV right now.
It's so good.
And I've been reading book 1 of the actual series.
Oh, nice.
The book series.
How many books are there?
A lot. So I got the 3-book set for my birthday, the first 3 books, and I'm almost done with the first one, and it is like literally page for page the show, the first season.
Really?
So that's just to show just how much details that they're kind of putting into everything.
Is your recommendation to watch the show or to read the books?
My recommendation is to read the book series and watch the show. Because they're both fucking amazing.
Does the books brings anything that the show is lacking so far?
Um, the book brings just a little bit more of like some more like little details, but like I said, it was literally just for the first book at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's page for page, it's exactly the same. Oh well, there's a lot less of the Earth in the book
Okay.
in the first season. So the first season they kept showing.
Does the book do a better job of kind of expanding the universe? That's my only complaint about the show because they have a limited budget. They've done a good job of trying to
Yeah,
show us the universe, but it's literally like a couple places in the belt, Earth, and then Mars, and a few little.
yeah. The book is literally the exact same thing as the
Oh.
show. It's minus the book is only focuses on Holden and Miller,
Okay.
and they don't. There's none of the Earth stuff. At least in the first book.
Okay.
Because I mean, the first season had what's her name? God, I can't even say her name. It's very complicated. Um, but yeah, she was kind of more prominently featured on a TV show than the book. But
Gotcha.
it's good if you like science fiction, especially hard science fiction. The
I like
fucking
I like
expand.
I like my science fiction real hard, Ryan.
Don't get me started, Brian.
All right,
But
The
yes,
Expanse
that's
TV
mine.
show
On
and
sci-fi,
buy the book. You can get the book on Amazon right now or at your local bookstore if
you
there's
can
any
get
left.
all the books on Amazon.
And you can stream the first couple seasons on Sci-Fi. Highly recommend The Expanse. Good show. All right, my recommendation this week is also another sci-fi show. Lost in Space dropped on Netflix. I don't know, about a month ago, and me and the family were watching. I had a couple episodes left, but it is really good. We are enjoying the ever-loving shit out of this show. It's something I'm watching with my 5-year-old and 9-year-old. They really enjoy it. The 9-year-old especially. The 5-year-old likes it a lot when the robot's there, but when the robot's not there and they're doing with family drama,
Yeah.
not as much. But it is a
Don't worry,
really well-made
Charlie.
show.
I get the same way.
It's not. It is not. It is not a remake of Lost in Space. It is its own show, but it is Lost in Space in its spirit, if that makes any sense. So it's very different than the original show, but it very much is a Lost in Space show about a family who's lost in space. So it's they reimagine the robot, they reimagine a lot about it, but it's really good.
So take the concept of the original. That's pretty much all they applied. It's just a concept, but nothing else.
I mean, they're lost on a planet with other people, which was not really what happened in the original Lost in Space. The robot is an alien. You know, this is all in the first episode, so I'm not spoiling anything. The robot is an alien that that they find versus a robot that they took with them. So you know, there's some of the characters are a little bit different, but and it has nothing to do with it's like a little bit visually, it's a cross of the movie and the TV show, but it's really good. It looks great. They clearly spent some money. The actors are top notch. If you like black sails like I do, Captain Flint plays the father in this, which is great. But it's a really good show, Lost in Space. I would definitely recommend it. It's 10 episodes. It's worth the binge. I can't wait to finish the last couple episodes. So Lost in Space right now on Netflix. Check it out.
It's on next on my list of things to watch.
All right. So on that note, before we get out of here, Ryan, one more spoiler from Avengers. Your third and final spoiler punishment for the night. And hopefully before next week you have seen it or you will have more.
Oh God, you're gonna put that on me, huh?
And if you don't come up with a good question, I'm gonna spoil what I choose to spoil.
Okay. So, somebody dies.
Yes.
I know that.
Oh yeah.
Not a phase 1.
No.
I want to say, God, I don't want to know about that one though. Is it only one person that dies?
Is that your question?
A big character? Yes, or is it multiple characters? Big characters.
Multiple big characters die.
Like people that have had their own movies?
You could even say half the cast dies.
Oh, so they do stick with the half thing.
I'm not going to say any more unless you ask it me in a form of a question.
Is it just like on This Is America where Donald Glover goes and then like everyone just falls over?
That is not that far-fetched.
Oh my God.
Anyway, there you go. All right. we'll let Ryan think about that. Well, hopefully he goes sees Avenger this weekend, so
I
I'll have to spoil
better
because next week we're gonna get into characters.
Yeah, next week, dude. That's about as far as we're gonna have to start going.
We're going to specific characters next week. So anyway, all right. On that note, everybody, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you came back. If you didn't, well, we'll have many more episodes for you to catch back on. Yeah. But before we get out of here, Ryan, would you like to tell everybody where they can find us?
You can find us on Twitter at the Geek Dad Report, Facebook at the Geek Dad Report, and YouTube at the Face Dad Report. YouTube at the Geek Dad Report.
Yes.
And we're also on podhell.com. And if you would like to go to our website, it doesn't exist. It's not doing anything.
We decided that we didn't have time or the energy to make a website.
You can always shoot us an email at geekdadreport@gmail.com. And we will promptly respond to you with some very immature jokes.
Yes, and memes.
And
gifts.
And maybe a dick pic. I don't know. Depending on how Brian's feeling that day. But go like us, subscribe us, and we won't send you
and share. And if it costs, if
share us, and
Brian
leave a
has
comment,
to send a
let
dick
us know
pic
what
for
you think.
share, he'll do that.
And if you think I'm a big piece of shit, then go ahead and tell me that.
Dark.
So.
You can also find me at Brian West 53 on Twitter and Ryan at Big Bruiser.
Oh yes, it's been like 3 months that I've had to do this, so I really fucked it all up.
It's okay if you're not sure of how to find Ryan's weird ass spelling. Just go to Geek Dad Report and you can click on our links there at that Twitter account. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Like Ryan said, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, leave us a comment, and above all, stay awesome, everybody.
Stay nerdy, everyone.
Later. Toodles.
Bye.
Hey, and be excellent to each other.
Always. Air guitar.